What's up, junkies? So this morning I woke up to what I think is the best trolling ad that Google has ever released. And of course, they are directing it at Apple. Apple is no stranger to getting little jabs from Google. Usually they're very small things where maybe it's in a serious ad where they're kind of knocking them for a headphone jack or lack thereof, or storage and whatnot. And that's, feature to feature. It's common. Samsung's done the same. They're no stranger to that as well. But this time I feel like Google got a little personal on this one. Here's a few moments from today's ad.
The circle. Perfect. Simple. Some might say simply perfect. So circular, if you will. Little known fact, the Latin word for circle is circus. Circus, isn't that delightful? And that delight inspired us to reimagine the circle for the new Google Pixel 5a. Precisely 3.5 millimeters in diameter, forged and machined from the finest premium-grade copper and iron, housed in a unibody of die-cast aluminium.
Fancy pronunciation.
A glorious achievement that draws from our past as it propels us into the future.
It's a headphone jack.
Yes, it's a headphone jack. With the Google Pixel 5a with 5G, the circle has finally come full circle.
So clearly it is an ad that is pointing out that the Google Pixel 5a has a headphone jack, which is common among all of the A series phones within the Pixel lineup. And you could say that it's just Google poking fun at Apple for the lack of a headphone jack. No, that's not what the joke is. The joke is a much deeper and funnier one, and that is pointing out how ridiculous Apple is in so much of their marketing, especially during the Jony Ive era. Brilliant guy, fantastic designer, but I always cringed when I would watch like the most basic features that Apple would put on their devices, whether it was a phone or a watch, and just hear them describe them so, just try to put so much, just like a fancy spin on it. It was just annoying. And so they're clearly poking fun of that, and you can hear the whispering kind of like,
It's a headphone jack.
Yes.
Anyway, I thought this was a really good ad by Google. Hopefully, again, Google has a reputation of poking fun at Apple and then shooting themselves in the foot. And they've done this even with the headphone jack when they mocked Apple for removing the headphone jack on their premium phones. And then Google went ahead and followed and did the same thing the next year. And then of course they brought it back for their budget phones, but they're not back on their main phones. So even Google admits that the headphone jack is a thing of the past, but they're gonna keep it around for the budget phones because that's kind of what they're known for. So I don't know. What do you think? Was this a tacky ad by Google, or was this just a really fun and brilliant way to poke fun at what most people really don't like about how Apple positions things? I don't know. And if this is your first time meeting, this is Pixel Junkie, a new channel really dedicated to covering all things Pixel. So if you are a current owner, a future owner, be sure to drop a subscribe. Really trying to get to 1,000, folks. Let's see if we can do it. Anyway, great video over here. If you also haven't heard the news about Google canceling the 5 and the 4A 5G, I explain why in that video right there. We'll see you over there.